Welcome to Team Publisher for Outlook and SharePoint. In this video demonstration, we will explore how administrators can set up and configure Team Publisher for multiple members and deploy chosen SharePoint lists and fields mappings to all members in their Outlook. First, you need to install the admin portion of Team Publisher. This is done by running the Team Publisher admin setup.exe. Installation is very simple, just some few clicks. Once it is successfully installed, start Outlook. You will find all the administrative options under this drop-down menu. The first step is to specify a SharePoint site under which a new list will be created. This dedicated SharePoint list will have the title Team Publisher Settings and will act as a data source for storing administrator-chosen SharePoint lists and their corresponding field mappings and configurations. At later point of time, Team Publisher User Tool installed on the user's Outlook will connect to this data source list to receive all the administrator-specified configurations in their Outlook. Now, the administrator can start choosing the destination SharePoint lists to which other members can publish their mail or appointment items from Outlook. I will select the Outlook mail type from this drop-down and add new SharePoint list by clicking the mapping button. Enter the SharePoint site URL. Here, you can see all the SharePoint subsites and their lists shown in hierarchical tree. All I need to do is select a particular SharePoint list. For example, support requests list. Now, it will allow me to perform the mapping between the fields of this particular Outlook item type and the selected SharePoint list. In this mapping box, the first column lists all Outlook fields. The second column displays the data type each Outlook field takes. This third column shows if the particular Outlook field is an inbuilt field or user-defined one. In this fourth column, there is a drop-down list on each row, consisting of all available SharePoint fields. Simply choose a SharePoint field from this drop-down box to map it to the corresponding Outlook field. As this is a new list, there are few fields available for mapping. Therefore, I will need to create new SharePoint fields to perform the mapping. Fortunately, you don't need to do it manually from a web browser. Instead, I can select New List field to create a new field directly in this particular SharePoint list, which then can be used to map with Outlook field. This dynamic ability to create new fields in SharePoint from within Team Publisher eases the configuration process considerably. If you click the Publish drop-down menu, this particular SharePoint list will be available. Now, your users are ready to publish any mail items from any Outlook folder to this configured SharePoint list by the click of a button. You can define any number of SharePoint lists and their distinct mapping settings based on your requirements. Now, let me choose a SharePoint list for storing appointments published by my users from their calendar in Outlook. For this, I will select Appointment from this Outlook item type drop-down and follow the same steps that we had done earlier. Here I will choose Team Meetings Calendar of this SharePoint site and map the fields with the Outlook appointment and the SharePoint list. Likewise, I can choose SharePoint lists, which will store tasks and contacts data published by my users from their Outlook. At any point of time, I can make changes to the mapping settings by simply selecting the particular SharePoint list name and clicking the mapping button. This way, all the administrator-specified SharePoint lists will be available under the Publish menu, depending on the item type the particular Outlook folder holds. So far, I have only chosen SharePoint lists for Outlook item types. Now let us specify a SharePoint list to be used exclusively for publishing contents from a particular Outlook folder. Here is a public folder that contains trouble ticket items. It uses a custom form, having various user-defined fields for storing issue tracking data. Now the question is, why would I want to link a SharePoint list specific to a particular Outlook folder? Well, the answer is to allow Team Publisher to read and publish user-defined fields from my custom form of that particular Outlook folder. Let me configure a new SharePoint list specific for this particular public folder that has a customized Outlook form. And select this issue tracking SharePoint list. By default, the first option, Retrieve from the first item, is selected, and what it does is to probe the first item of this folder and automatically seek out all the available fields, including any number of user-defined custom fields. Here you can easily distinguish custom fields from inbuilt Outlook fields by the background color. It is recommended that you stick with this option for displaying all the fields. If you want to retrieve Outlook-specific fields only, you can use the second option. If you know the custom form name, you can opt for the third option to list all the fields defined in the form. Now, let us map some fields between this public folder and the SharePoint issue tracking list. So, if you and other users navigate to this issue tracking public folder, you will notice that the SharePoint list is only available for this particular public folder. Now, let us explore how Administrator can control and streamline the publishing behavior of Team Publisher in Outlook for all my users. With this option enabled, Team Publisher will upload the attachment files of the Outlook item to the SharePoint list item. By default, this is on. For example, here is a published SharePoint item, and the attachments from the corresponding Outlook item are uploaded and available in SharePoint. If you want the attachment files to be removed permanently from the particular published Outlook item after they are being successfully uploaded to SharePoint, you can enable this option. If this is enabled, Team Publisher will generate a .msg file format of the Outlook item and will be uploaded as attachments to the published SharePoint list item. For example, let me open a published SharePoint item. Here, you can see, Team Publisher automatically uploads a MSG file format of the Outlook item as an attachment to the published SharePoint item. Enabling this option would allow Team Publisher to retain the inline images in the published content of the SharePoint item. If you want to have the functionality to revise and update published SharePoint list items from Outlook, you can enable this option. For example, I will publish this appointment to SharePoint. Doing so, on this processed Outlook item, you will see this update button. I can make some changes here. And clicking this update button would synchronize and publish the revision or update of Outlook item back to the corresponding SharePoint list item. This process helps in keeping the published items in both your Outlook and SharePoint in sync. Similarly, with this option enabled, you can remove the published SharePoint list item directly from the corresponding Outlook item. If you open an Outlook item that was already published, you will see a new Withdraw button option in the Team Publisher toolbar or ribbon. Clicking this Withdraw button, which will connect to SharePoint and remove the corresponding list item permanently. This action will also reset the Outlook item, and any references to the SharePoint item will be removed. In short, it will be ready for publishing to the same or another SharePoint list again. By default, whenever you publish an Outlook item to SharePoint, Team Publisher will insert an URL hyperlink of the SharePoint list item to the Outlook item. Clicking this hyperlink will open the corresponding SharePoint item in your web browser. If you don't want to embed this hyperlink of the published item, uncheck this option. This concludes this video demonstration on Team Publisher Administrator tool. Don't forget to watch the second part of this video on how your users can publish Outlook items to your chosen SharePoint lists.